In this video, I'm going to show you how to set up some more advanced settings for invoices and also how to set up your email templates within the software. Firstly, go to the settings menu on the left hand side of the screen. Once you're in the settings menu, if you scroll down, you will see you'll have an option here for invoice options under configuration settings. If you click into invoice options, you'll see that under basic settings, you'll have an option here whether or not you want to include a contact name with the company name at the top of invoices. Again, you can choose whether you want that or not. For the default payment method to appear against invoices, you can choose the relevant ones in here, whether it will be check, cash or bank transfer. If you go to field names, you can choose what you want the invoices to be called. So we can say obviously invoices is by default, but some people like to rename that. Credit notes, so by default they're called credit notes, but again you can relabel that if you wish to. By default the system is renamed to purchase order, but if you're not using purchase orders and you just want to record a reference, you can just type whatever you want in here and that will appear on the invoice itself. You can include that field on the screen when invoices are listed, so if you want more information or not on the invoice screen, you can just choose if you want that to be shown or not. Also, you can relabel the quantity field to something like hours or days, or something that's more appropriate to fit in with your business. If you go to the discount tab at the top of the page, you can choose whether or not you want to be able to apply a discount button on invoices, which will deduct a certain percentage that you may have set against a relevant customer record, or if it's automatic, it will deduct automatically the percentage you've set against a customer record every time you select that customer and generate an invoice for them. If you go to packing slips, it will now give you an option at the top of the page, if you tick this box, to print an invoice off as a packing slip, which will basically record exactly the same information but just without the financial details behind it. And you can choose what you want that to be called. So packing slips is default, but you might want to call it delivery notes or something like that. And then you can choose the heading and also the line ordering, whether it will be the same as the invoice, by quantity or by description, and how you want that listed. And once you've done that and you've changed the relevant settings and you're happy with that, just click the Save Settings option. To change the email templates, if you scroll down within the settings menu again, you will see an option in here for email templates. Now these are the emails that your clients will receive from you when you're generating purchases, quotes, invoices and producing statements and etc. So we can see I've got one in here which is my default template, which is my invoice template, but I can just hit create and I can add in as many of these as I need to. Once you're in the template, this is what it looks like. So basically my name is my default template, but I can change that to whatever I want. So I'm just going to say this is going to be my invoice template. So this is going to be my default invoice for template for invoices, but again we can choose quotes, remittances, etc. from these screens. The subject when my clients receive the emails from me is invoice from Perfect Plumbing, but you can just free type over that whatever you may wish. This is what my email says when my clients receive it. So hello, please see the attached invoice. Regards, Alex Jennings Temple from Perfect Plumbing. But you can just type over anything you want in here. You could also add in images, so I can add in an image, so I might want to include my company logo on the email, and we can also embed things like videos and various tables and hyperlinks to our website and things like that, and we can change all the font sizes and things like that within here. So I can customize this quite simply by just saying hello, and we'll see an option here for text substitutions. So if we come in here, these are the text substitutions that will pull things through from the back end of the software. So if I scroll down, I've actually got my contact, which is the contact name that I've entered. So if we just highlight that, I can copy that, hide substitutions, and just type that in. So that's now going to say hello, and it's going to bring up their contact name. And we can see we've got please see attached invoice. Well, I can then type in invoice number, and then if we show the text substitutions again and scroll up, we can see the invoice number here. So I can just copy that, hide substitutions again, and then I'm going to say paste that in there. So it's now going to say please attach invoice number. and then it's going to have my details in here. There's other information you can add from here, so the due date, if you want to include the due date. You can put in customer information in there as well, so the customer reference number, first names, last names, the total. So if I just highlight the total in here and copy, I put please see attached invoice number, etc., and then I can put 4, and that's going to bring up the value. So there's various different substitutions you can do on here, and then once you're happy with that, just click Save Template at the bottom. So what that means now, if I go into the customer record on the left hand side of the screen, and we'll just click on Allied Radio at the top here, if you go to Options, you can choose the default template you want that particular client to receive, so every time you're generating an invoice for them, they could receive different information from you. And then if we go through to the invoices screen, I can see I've got an invoice in here as unpaid. So I'm just going to click into that invoice now. And then if we go down and email that out for the customer, we can now see it's brought through their contact name from their customer record. And we can see it now says, please see attached invoice number 1, 4, and it's brought through the value. And it also attaches that as the PDF as well. So using those text substitutions, it can just pre-fill a lot of the communications that you send out for your clients. And that's how easy it is to change some of the advanced settings and set up the email templates within the software.